You can alert the body. You can create a signal through the body through your feet. The same thing with the eyes. And so it does require some staring. I've got a magnifying scope and light, but I often do it with just doing a macro photograph.
I have heard recently, watching one of my many documentaries on health lately, that you can tell a lot by the whites of the eye, and if you're clear, white, and there's, that sort of thing, that you're typically much more healthier than somebody that, I don't know, bloodshot, which obviously kind of makes sense. That's very interesting. So let's talk about, you want to take this word for me?
The H word.
The H word. Yeah, thank you, Nancy. The H word.
I am certified in H, and otherwise known as homeopathy.
Homeopathy.
Yeah.
Okay.
Homeopathy, basically.
Okay.
It's like photography, but not quite. So it's homeopathy.
I'm going to confuse you and have you saying it wrong by the end of the show.
I might do that. It's actually the second most widely used medicine in the world, and a lot of medical doctors were actually trained in it until the late 1800s. It has 0 contraindications. It's safe for pregnant women. It's safe for babies, senior citizens, all circumstances. And what it does is it's extremely diluted and minute doses of a substance, an animal, mineral, or plant substance, that is given to the person sublingually. You dissolve it underneath your tongue, and it alerts the body to recognize that there are symptoms that the body has been overlooking. And a very common thing is hay fever, and a lot of people have those symptoms, and they might try honey for it. Yes. But there's it's watery eyes, it's runny nose, it's the itching and under the eyes. And what else does that in the world that's animal, plant, or mineral but an onion? And so in a very diluted dose of onion, which is in these products that you buy, you then take this dose and it alerts the body to bring down the threshold, which has been overlooked due to circumstances usually in your diet, and then it brings about a curative effect. And now you don't need the supplement again and again unless you keep perpetuating the situation.
So if I there's different supplements for different ailments. So what do I go to the health food store? What do I ask for?
Well, you would go to the homeopathic section, and there are usually charts that you can read, but it usually only addresses the most common of the symptoms. But every homeopathic remedy will address nearly every body system that you need to be aware of. Like the onion, which is Allium cepa, it also is going to help with certain types of headaches. You might have heard of arnica, very popular with sports injuries, really popular with bruising and blood-related things. It's popular before a dental surgery because of the bleeding, but then you're also going to use it after working out really hard and that kind of thing. So you might want to ask the people, but you can also read on the little vial. It'll give you the most common thing, but it's very easy to find out, and then it's safe to try. Because if the toxicity of that original substance, like the onion causing these symptoms, does not match your symptom, it's not going to help you, but it's not going to hinder you either.
So it's a high concentration of something natural we find in the environment?
It's an extremely diluted substance of something we find in the environment.
Very interesting. So now, this past week, I bought this tea, yogi tea, kava stress relief. Is this something similar where you use kava as an anti-stress, anxiety type thing, or is that different? Is that more of an herbal thing?
That's herbal. That's entirely separate, although you can take any substance and make it into a homeopathic remedy. It is not like chamomile. Chamomile can be made into chamomilla, which is the homeopathic remedy, or coffee, causes a mental alertness and a focus. You take coffea cruda, homeopathic version of coffee, and now you have the opposite. It'll bring down someone who can't sleep. So kava is an herb, and that's herbal therapy. There are contraindications for herbal therapy depending on medications you're on or your lifestyle. So homeopathic, number one, safe. Herbals, great way to live because they support you with minerals, vitamins, phytonutrients. So it goes way beyond their medicinal factors like relieving tension and stress.
So what would you recommend? Something herbal or the homeopathic?
Well, As a holistic health practitioner, it's usually a full assessment of the person specifically, because it's also that person's outlook. It's perhaps that person's astrology, actually, the way that they think, their hardwiring. I can talk to someone who's a type A personality and someone who is, not, and one person's going to go headstrong for some changes, the other person's going to be much more hesitant. So I might suggest a more gentle remedy, such as a homeopathic for that person. Someone else, I might suggest meditation. That might be all they need. You can meditate 10 minutes before your doctor appointment and lower your blood pressure. It's amazing, but does that person have the mentality and the determination to meditate, or should they take a homeopathic supplement? And do they believe in it? If you don't believe in it too, there's that factor.
Max, I think we need to have her on next week in just a full hour of diagnosing me and all my problems, and then we get a long list of herbs and homeopathics, and then I'll be on my way to freedom. Max, do we have to get to a break? One more break? Okay, we'll do that in 2 minutes, he tells me. Okay. Speaking of meditation, we were talking about this on our show last week. Just started it. I am a full believer in meditation. I've been doing it for stress relief, anxiety relief, and it's absolutely fantastic, but I'm a total novice with it. Mm-hmm. I basically did a little research on my own and kind of went the YouTube route with some guided meditation to kind of give me some ideas how to start. And then a lot of people will say you have to sit straight up and you got to do this, but I'm more of whatever will relax you, do that, because that's what it's about. So I don't think you need to be in a certain position or something like that. So anyway, I kind of blended some different ways, found a couple good guided meditation videos. But if somebody's out there wants and is willing to do the meditation, because it's very hard at first to sit for 1 minute and just concentrate on breathing and relaxing and keep your thoughts out. How would you recommend somebody go about meditating, and what are some of the benefits from it?
Meditation is like tapping into yourself. It's a reconnection. It's anytime you strive for a goal and you become attached to that goal, your next meditation might be entirely different, and you're waiting for this first experience you had. Whether you saw some colors, maybe you fell asleep and you slept peacefully. Maybe you can't fall asleep now. It's to be attached is going to hinder you. So to just sit, be with yourself. The practice of it, the very commitment of it's 9 o'clock, it's before bed, I'm going to sit, or however you do it, laying down, and I'm going to commit to acknowledging my thoughts, to every time they come in, allow them to just leave. Or there's meditations on specific things. Some people look at a candlelight and see if they can focus on it. You might actually find you've been staring at a candlelight, not observing it at all. You've been thinking about your day. It's that very practice of clearing the mind, and it's you never quite become an expert at it. It'll always change, and I've been doing it for years. Just like enlightenment is not this destination you reach. It's an experience you've had.
It's very interesting because there's a lot of studies now, especially the last 10 to 20 years, relatively new, the effect that your mental state and your stress levels have directly on your physical health, and it's just absolutely amazing. And we were joking last week that I used to think meditation was for crazy people in the middle of the forest who were, just smoking pot and getting,
hugging trees.
Exactly. And that was my dumb stereotype. But now it's your doctors, your lawyers, your business folks that are all, stressed out and wanting not to fill themselves up with all these medications to bring down their stress levels. So now they're learning that if they meditate, I'll usually just do it 10 minutes a day, 10, 15 minutes at the most, just to kind of bring your stress levels back down, that it really does work wonders. And once you give it a week or two, you start to actually get good at it and see those benefits. So I'm a big believer in it, but if people are skeptical, I understand, because I used to be as well. But it's very interesting. All right, we'll continue the conversation with Nancy Walker and Stephanie Austin from the Wellness Kitchen in Templeton after this. If you have a question or a thought, you can text us, 805-242-1280. We're on Facebook and Twitter, or you can email the show, radio@livingtherun.com.
You're listening to Living the Run on ESPN Radio 1280 The Ticket.
Ryan Ferran here. Listen, mortgage rates are still at all-time lows, but are climbing. Before they go up higher, make sure to call my friend Chris Orsini to refinance your home. Chris's reputation for honesty and integrity are unquestioned, and there is nobody in the mortgage business that I would trust more to handle my finances. Whether you need a purchase money or refinance loan, call Chris at 440-4288 or email him at chris@chrisorsini.com. That's ORSINI. Reference Living the Run, and Chris will pay for your home appraisal at the close of escrow.
Running Warehouse is the fastest growing running store in the nation for all major brands of running products, including Asics, Brooks, Nike, Saucony, Mizuno, New Balance, and Adidas. Running Warehouse is focused on providing runners the best shopping experience available online, on the phone, or in our store. Running Warehouse offers top-notch customer service, an outstanding selection, an easy-to-use website, low everyday prices, plus free shipping and returns on deliveries made within the 48 contiguous states. Find out for yourself why Running Warehouse is the fastest-growing running store in the nation. Visit us online or stop by our retail store in San Luis Obispo on Suburban Road near Trader Joe's. Smart runners save cash at runningwarehouse.com.
Artie's Pilates Studio in Pismo Beach is a Pilates-only studio that uses the full line of Pilates apparatus. Whether you're rehabbing an injury, want to strengthen your core, relieve back pain, or just increase your energy and overall fitness, Artie's Pilates Studio has it all, including a full staff of trainers who are nationally certified. They offer private and semi-private lessons, plus group classes on the Pilates Reformer. Artie is even certified as a Pilates golf conditioning specialist. Artie's Pilates Studio in Pismo Beach. Call 773-3863.
A preventable epidemic in the U.S. is killing our family, friends, neighbors, and children. Over 2/3 of American adults and 34% of kids are overweight or obese, which can lead to diabetes, heart disease, and premature death. 56% of adults and 32% of 5th, 7th, and 9th graders in SLO County are overweight or obese. Healthy Eating Active Living San Luis Obispo Coalition, or Heal SLO, wants to reverse that trend in SLO County. What can you do? Help us fight the epidemic by joining Heal SLO or visiting www.healslo.com for resources or more information. Together we can work towards a healthier and brighter future for ourselves, our loved ones, and our children.
Blue 42 down, set. Hut, hut, hut.
Jer, what's up with a football helmet?
Oh, I'm getting ready for Pigskin Payday.
Pigskin Payday?
Yeah, it's the fun football-themed big board game on Monday nights at the Shumash Casino Resort.
Sounds like fun.
Oh, it is. It's my chance to play like a pro and get paid like a pro with up to $15,000 in prizes.
Cool. How does it work?
You just play with your Club Shumash card, and you could be selected to play the game. Every player wins, and you could win up to $15,000.
Sounds great, but do you really need a helmet to play?
Well, it couldn't hurt.
Rush in soon for Pigskin Payday, the fun football-themed big board game on Monday nights from 9 p.m. to midnight. Qualify by playing with your Club Shumash card. Prizes increase throughout the evening, and you could win up to $15,000.
Pigskin Payday.
Your chance to play like a pro and get paid like a pro.
Only at the Shumash Casino Resort.
We're back with Living the Run. Here are your hosts, Ryan Ferran and Paul Tarek.
And welcome back. It is Living the Run Health and Fitness Radio. We do have a text question coming in for you guys. Question for your guests. Any studies or methods regarding the influence of moon weather, waxing or waning on wellness, weight loss, etc.?
Gosh, I don't know off the top of my head. I can understand how that would function. It really does govern cycles. For example, of course, we're familiar with, the moon and the tides and the ebb and flow. It does have some gravity and weight of liquid, but I don't know off the top of my head as far as health. There's period of times when to plant. I mean, there's a lot considered with the moon, but I don't know.
I've definitely heard that theory as well, too. That's an interesting question, and thanks for the text. We appreciate that. There are some, effects on all of us depending on where we are in the world with the moon, the gravitational pull, and all that sort of stuff. Nancy Walker and Stephanie Austin have been our guests from the Wellness Kitchen. What do you guys have coming up, and how can we get in touch and learn more great information from you guys?
Well, we're at the Wellness Kitchen and we post our calendar. We have newsletters for all of our programs. We have the Healing Foods program where you can order weekly pre-order foods. We also have, and they're already packaged up to their price per 2 people, and they're grouped per 2 people. We also have our food as medicine classes where we can learn about a body system, the food that helps and supports that, and things like cayenne, cardiovascular support, and things like basil and depression, for example. These herbs, these plant foods are there for healing, basically. And
we're also about 45 days away from receiving our nonprofit status. Once we have that we'll be able to apply for grants and scholarships for especially our Healing Foods program. That way we can reach a larger demographic of people that are in critical need for their foods without the program, the cost of the program being a deciding factor for them receiving these foods. We have our volunteers are called the Angels of the Manse, and they will be our delivery system. We have a teen chef program that we're going to be starting, a teen culinary program, teaching the knife skills and safety and sanitation so that they can prepare these foods for those that are in critical need as well.
Fantastic. Nancy and Stephanie from The Wellness Kitchen. What's the website really quickly?
www.thewellnesskitchen.us.
thewellnesskitchen.us. Fantastic information. You guys have only been around for a year, but have been doing amazing things in the community. Thanks so much for stopping by, living the run with us. We'd love to have you guys back on. You guys will be at the Solstice Green Mixer in Paso, September 22nd. For Max Woodcock and the absent Paul Tarek, I'm Ryan Ferran. Live healthy, live bold, live the run.
You've been listening to Living the Run on ESPN Radio 1280 The Ticket. Living the Run has been brought to you by Running Warehouse, CrossFit Grover Beach, Artie's Pilates, and in partnership with the American Cancer Society and the Heal Slow Coalition.
ESPN Radio Sports Center.